true black man is not about skin color. It's not about shade of skin, but it's about you as a black man that dwells within. When we speak about blackness, which for me it's all about existence itself. That's what it's all about. It's all about existence itself. So when we as a people hear blackness and people who they mean well would say that we are all different shade of skin. I could comprehend that you mean well. I'm not telling you don't mean well because you mean to make it as unity. But what I want to say to you, when I say blackness, as a man, because many people will say, you are not a black man, but we are all different shades of brown, different shade of color. Let me say something to you so you comprehend. There are true black men. See, black man is not a man that dealing with shade of skin, but it's truly one that are truly blackness from within. You see, when I judge blackness as to say, I say blackness because of that which exists. And I know you mean well when you try to say that we are different shade of skin color and melanated, and we are melanated people. It's all cool. It sounds good, you know, but I want you to know that it is more than just skin color. Okay, when it comes to melanated people, it is more a thing that dealing within. When you comprehend that the first man that ever existed was the creator itself, when you truly comprehend that, okay, the first man that ever was created was the creator itself. Okay, when you comprehend this, that the first man itself was the creator itself, which image is blackness. When you comprehend that, then you would know that when I speak of blackness, I'm not just speaking of the shade or skin color of the shades of melanin skin color. I'm not speaking about the outside part of a man, whether female or male. I'm not speaking in that way. When I speak about the black man, it is the first man that truly existed upon this earth. And this first man was and is image is blackness, and it is the creator which is existent itself. Okay, this is what you as a people need to comprehend. Like I said, a lot of us will try to say that it is the shade of skin because of so many division have been pushed and make us become this divided and this duality mindset. Now, is it wrong for you to say that, you know, in the spirit of unity, to say that we are just different shade? No, I'm not telling you that you cannot say that. But I'm saying to you, there are and there is a black man. Now, this black man, it is the creator itself. Now, when you as an individual know that this black man truly exists, and this black man, it is the creator itself, because the creator itself, because it saw the reflection of itself, which image is blackness, it called itself man. And because it called itself man, which is the image of itself, okay, which is blackness, okay, the creator saw the image of itself and called the image of itself man. Now, is it the physical structure as we see man today, as to say female and male? No, it was the reflection of itself. It was blackness. And this is what we need to realize. Now, this blackness that is the creator, which is the manifestation of its image, it truly dwells within man, which it was female first. Now, when female, who are the expression of the creator, that black man, which is was inside that female, which is the blackness itself, which is existent itself. You saw coming from? This blackness that was called man by the creator, which is the first man. Okay? This itself is what I'm talking about when I speak and say blackness. I am speaking about the creator itself. I'm speaking about image of the creator itself. And this image dwells within all man, whether female or male. So you have to come to the encounter and knowing of this black man that dwells within you. Not male, but man, which is the image of the creator itself. This black man is within. This black man is not skin color. This black man represents wholeness. It is the image of the creator. So don't get mixed up when I say blackness, as to say the black man. The blackness is wholeness. The blackness is existent itself. The first man, it is image, is blackness. And this is what I'm talking about. So, and now to you who speak and identify as a black man, as to say outside, skin color, shades of skin, this black man existed everywhere upon this earth. The black man is not just geographically only existed in the Americas. It not only existed in Africa. It's not only existed in Europe. There was the first, it was the first man everywhere. Do we comprehend what I'm saying to you? Do you comprehend what I'm saying to you? Black people, which we're talking about, if you're talking about shades of skin, was everywhere. And not only was everywhere, it was the black woman that was everywhere. You know, like I said to people all the time, this, when the black woman created and formed and build the pyramid, especially in places like Kemet and created the Sphinx that represented female, which represent a lioness. Listen to me. If the woman did not build these things, the Sphinx would not be a female. Okay? It would not be a lioness if the woman was not the one. It was if it was not the black woman was the one who built these structures that we see today as we call as pyramids. If it was not the black woman, why would why would it be a lioness? Why would it be a lioness? The only reason why these pyramids was built by the woman, and I know it was by the woman, because the lioness, okay, the lioness, remember that the lioness was and is that which represent Kemet, okay, represent Kemet. Go and look back in the history and see it was the woman that literally built these structures in the way they did. Okay? It was. It was the feminine energy that built those pyramids. Okay? This is why to date the patriarch energy, which is ego, cannot erect. They cannot, still today, erect a pyramid. They cannot build a pyramid. How would they move the boulders? How would they put the boulders in place? It is the black woman that was flowing in the fullness of the feminine energy. That's what built the pyramids that we see that dwell upon this earth to date in the way it does. The black woman was everywhere. Okay? Okay? There was everywhere. And this is what we need to realize. We need to come to that comprehension. We need to come to that place of knowing that the black woman literally was and is the one that built those pyramids. And I say this much to you. If they did not build those pyramids, then why there the great Sphinx was female? Why? If they did not build the pyramid. Even to the Ankh itself did not represent male and female. Okay? I want you to go and look at the Ankh and look at the Ankh again, and you will see the Ankh did not represent male and female, but the Ankh only represent the reproductive system of the female. That's all the Ankh represented. You could see it for yourself. It represented parthenogenesis. When women literally reproduce on their own. This is what the Ankh truly represented. If you look at the Ankh, just pay attention, look at the Ankh. The Ankh itself represents the fallopian tubes. It represents the uterus, which is that which is here, and it represents the vagina. It represents the floor. Okay? It don't represent no male parts. Okay? No, if you look at it close and pay attention, no male parts, because then when the Ankh was built, male did not exist in the way that they are today. Okay? That's what I'm telling you. So don't be fooled by people to try to make this duality mindset. It was feminine, and they stand and represent blackness. And this is what we as a people must realize. Okay? Don't tell me that the woman did not do it. And it is a full representation of the existence that truly existed then. Number one, he said, let everything established by two or three witnesses. Two or three witnesses is clear that guess what? Number one, the Sphinx, it's female. The Sphinx, the Sphinx originally is female, and they are female still today. And the great Ankh, it's all about female reproduction. It's all about parthenogenesis. It is two substantial evidence that prove that it was female who built these great wonders as we know it. Okay? Because the patriarch system, which is the third thing I said to you, the patriarch system still today cannot replicate the pyramids and move the boulders of the pyramid in the way that the feminine energy move those boulders and put them in place in the way that they did then. If it was the patriarch system, if it was male that built those pyramids, if it was male, why male cannot do it to date? If it was the patriarch system, why they cannot do it? Why they cannot replicate it? Because male was not present. Male was not the present one. You know, male was not the present one. It was feminine all the way. And it was the feminine energy that built those pyramids. It was the feminine energy that sustained, and they cannot replicate it today. What we fail to realize that this feminine energy represent and build those pyramids as an everlasting sign and symbol. Okay? Because if you truly look at life itself, everything's flow into the pyramid. When you as an individual hear, when you hear with your ear, what happens? It goes into a pyramid. Okay? It have to go from the outside, which is the bottom of the pyramid, which is the wide part of the pyramid, and it goes into the perception, which is the point of the pyramid, which is the top of the pyramid. Okay? That is hearing. Even so, sight have to come from the outside, which is the bottom of the pyramid, and go inward, which is the perception, which is the point, which is the top of the pyramid. The woman knew life. The feminine energy knew life. And this is what I have to say to you as individuals. It continue, to feel. It have to go into a pyramid for you to feel and perceive what you are feeling. Okay? Taste. It have to go from the outside in, and it goes into, and then you perceive what you are tasting. It have life is about the pyramid. This is why the women are the ones that truly build those pyramids. I am not fooled by the fake Kemetians today. I am not fooled by fake Egyptians today. But the true Kemetians, the people that truly represented the pyramids, Okay? The truth, it was the woman, and it was a woman. Male came way after in that so-called land that called Egypt. Okay? That so-called land that called Egypt today, that actually is Kemet and Sudan, Kush, and all those places was women, run by women, represented women. Warriors was women in the fullness. It represented women all the way until the patriarch system came into place. And the patriarch system, they save that which represent the patriarch system. They don't save what represent the female. They don't teach you that it is the feminine. They don't teach you that it is the female that actually build those pyramids. And they didn't just build pyramids in that part of the earth. They build it in the Americas also. They build it in Europe also. Okay? This is when the feminine energy flowed. This is when the feminine energy flowed. This is when they reproduce on their own. They live millions of years reproducing on their own without male. If you don't know, millions of years. They live in the blackness. And when they live in the blackness, they had a bioluminescent light around them. Just like example to date, do you know the deeper live living beings and animals go in the blackness to create a bioluminescent light around them? Even so, man had that and still have it today. But because the sun, we cannot see it with our natural eyes. But if we had continued to live in the blackness in the way we ought to, we would have that bioluminescent light of adoption around us. Said Satan is the evilest man. Satan is the evilest man. Evil is determined by man itself, males and female. Okay? Evil and Satan. What is Satan? And this is what you need to ask the question. What is Satan? Satan is man itself, which is the church. Satan is the church. It is the devil. It is that which steal, kill, destroys. That's what Satan represents. Okay? And Lucifer, which is the head of Satan, is actually the son. Okay? That's what your Bible teach. Your Bible said that Lucifer is the son. Why would you say that? I want to comprehend that. When they say that Lucifer is the sun in the Bible, it is basically demonstrating that the sun opposes the blackness, which the blackness is truly the existent that existed back then. And that is the blackness that the woman that walk in the bioluminescent light walked in, that walked in that feminine energy walked in. That blackness was their guide. That blackness was their covering. That blackness, that was the world that they lived in. The blackness that truly represented. Okay? So when Today, the erasing of history and the erasing of the past so man can forget. You said Saturn. What represents Saturn? Let me show you what Saturn represents. Because Saturn didn't come before the Earth. Okay? Saturn came after the Earth. And this is what you need to realize. Every planet is created because of the Earth. Okay? There's no planet created before the Earth, but the Earth itself was created first, and after the Earth is created, then it expands from here. The expansion of man, it is the expansion of the universe. Okay? This is why they tell you that the universe continue to grow. Why? Because man continue to expand. Okay? The universe does not exist without the earth. Okay? It is blackness which represent existence itself. And from blackness, the earth created within the blackness. And from the earth, which is the space, remember, the light, the only reason why we have space is because the separation of the light, which the sun and the space that we're talking about here, blackness exists. Now, when we who are man, whether female or male, up on this earth at the time was only the black woman. In the blackness, the 6 feet in the air, blackness was present. It was this high. Now the bioluminescent light reflect from the blackness, and because of that, it create light in surrounding, and the moon became. Okay, this what it was. The blackness was right here. Okay, it was right here in the present. Do you know that to date, as we speak, the sun is not everywhere? Do you know that? Do they teach you that? Do they tell you that? Do you know that to date that the sun is not everywhere and the sun don't be everywhere upon earth? Do you know that? You need to go and research and see for yourself. The sun is not everywhere. Only thing is everywhere represented is blackness. Blackness is everywhere at all times. This vibration is everywhere at all times. This flow of life is everywhere at the same time. You need to know these things so you may respect and show honor, not worship. You don't worship blackness. Blackness is about you coming to know that there is truly a creator that does not need your worship, but it supply all your needs. It give you consciousness that you may be a creator of solution to issues upon this earth. You are that, okay, creator. And this is what I am saying to you as a people. Remember, as a reminder, that the black woman, and what make them the black woman? Because the blackness, which is the first man, which is the image of the creator, truly dwells within them. The true black man, it is the first man, and that first man, it is the image of the creator. This is why they use religion and they said to you that the image of the creator, it is the first man. The first man was in the image of the creator. Now, the first man was in the image of the creator. It is the creator itself. Okay? And that is the first man. And that is blackness. Now, that is the true black man. Now, this black man manifests itself in man. which represented today, which is in different shade of color and skin. But the black man is truly within man. So coming from? Do we comprehend what I'm saying to you? So when people talking about there are no black man, that's not truth. There are black man. Black man, okay, it's not just skin color, but it is the man that have the manifestation of the creator within them. That is the true black man. And this is what I am saying to you as a people. Do not be deceived when a man say black man and think it's the shade of skin color. It is the original. It is the creator. It is the image of the creator manifesting itself in you. That is to see existent itself. And that is the true black man. Remember that. The true black man, it is the image of the creator. As the creator saw the reflection of itself. When it saw the reflection of itself, it called the reflection of itself man. And this reflection, which is the image, was and is blackness. Do we comprehend? Now, the image is blackness, and the creator called that blackness man. Okay? Now, this man, which is the image of the creator, is what will manifest itself in female and male. Now, these are the chosen ones that have the manifestation of the creator in them, which is the black man. Do we comprehend what I'm saying to you? So don't be fooled, okay? And you are chosen because you are a volunteer. You are Indian, okay? And this is what it is, okay? How we get back to the roots? First thing you must do is to be reminded that blackness is truly existent. That's the first thing you must know. That blackness is everywhere at the same time. You must know these things. You must get it in your head. You must get it here. Okay? You must get it here. That's how you get back to the root. The root is blackness. Blackness is that. Blackness is the existent. And when you get to it, remember this, that this blackness, it represents the man. The man is not feminine, female or male. It represents the image of the man, okay? Which is life itself, which is consciousness, okay? It represents that, the blackness, existent itself. Now this, when you, because it's there, that's the root. You have to go to the root. You have to get it here. This is the root. If there is no root, if there is no foundation, how can you grow? So you have to go unto within you that blackness is true existent. That is the root. That's number one. There's nothing higher than blackness. There's nothing deeper than blackness. There's nothing wider than blackness. You must get that. That's the first thing. And when you get that, you must know that the vibration, which is the movement, created the earth. And the earth was used and are used as the materials of the creators that will manifest themselves within the earth. Okay? You must know this, that the earth are the materials that will be used and are used as the first creation manifests itself. Now, the woman was created first. Okay? Let me say it again to you. The woman was created first because she represented not only the earth, she represented the blackness because the blackness truly dwells within her. Okay? So she represented the blackness, she represented the earth, which is all things that dwells within the earth, because she was used as the materials of the earth. So coming from this is where what she was created from. So she had all in all. She was the source. Okay? She had the blackness, which is the image of the creator within her, and she was the light. What light? The light of the world, because she had that bioluminescent light around her because of the adaptation of man. Okay? Because being in the blackness, just like today we know, if any animal go in the deepest of blackness, that and have life within it, that animal, that being will create a bioluminescent light around it, and it will become light. You don't need the sun to give it light. Just like the fishes that are in the depths of the sea, okay, that are in the depths of the sea, in the blackness. They are in such a depths, the sun cannot even reach there, but they're in the blackness, okay? And because they're in such a depths, the blackness itself, they're in that kind of depths that the being created its own light. It don't need the sun, okay, to show you and demonstrate to you. It does not need the sun to live. It does not need the sun to have life. It need blackness. Blackness is what bring life. Blackness is what sustain life. And because that which is have life within it, that which is will create its own light. It create its own bioluminescent light. Okay, life create light. Okay, and this is what you need to realize. Blackness is that. Okay, do you know that all grow in blackness? The trees grows in blackness. They grows in the night, as we would say, but it's actually blackness. Okay, this is why the day itself, the day, it's actually blackness. The day is not the sun. The day is blackness because the image of the creator, it is called the day. The man, which is the first man, is called the day. We are walking in that, which is the blackness, which is the day. Okay, now the sun, we use it as a service to the day. The sun is not the day because the sun is not everywhere, but the day is everywhere at the same time. We are only in one day, and that day is eternity. And this is what I am saying to you. Remember this: blackness, it's the representation of the Creator itself. Okay? That's what it is. Now, the black man as the manifestation and the Creator created the woman, and the blackness dwells within the woman. Okay? She become the chosen one as man upon this earth. The black woman, she became the chosen one because she was the first. She represent the chief cornerstone. Every life that you know today without the black woman who was laid first in this earth, okay, who is the foundation of life. If she did not, if she was not chosen to be the first, life would not be what it is today. She is the chief cornerstone. She is the first light of the world. Okay? She was the one that brought forth blood and water first. The first birth, she was the one who brought forth blood and water. Okay? She was the first one that literally her flesh was torn for the first baby that was born. She was the first one who who wailed in anguish. The black woman was the first one. She was that which lay her life down to give birth. She was the first one. Do we comprehend what I am saying to you? The black woman is the first of all. She is the first. Without her, there is none. She is the first and she will always be. Okay? The black woman is the owner of the earth. Not just the Americas, not just Europe, not just Africa. She is the owner. And the funny thing for me is this. If we just look back, just the other day, it's just the other day, the ownership of the earth was taken away from the black woman. Just the other day, who took away the ownership? The Roman Catholic Church took away the ownership of the earth from the black woman. Do you know that? The doctrine of discovery, it is the law that took away the ownership of the earth from the black woman and gave it to, okay, who owned it today? Okay? The Roman Catholic Church, which is religion. Religion truly represents the one that take away the ownership of the earth and gave it to the ownership and to the people that owned it today. So this is what we as a people must recognize. So when you just come into the knowledge and realization that black or dark people of the Americas are indigenous to these lands, you are late. But now you must know that this is what it is. The lands are yours, black woman. The earth is you. You are the earth. You are the blackness. That's who you are. You need to recognize. Like, subscribe, share the live. And this is what I'm saying to you. Like, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You know, you say you need more context. More context of what? What I am saying to you is this. You need to look within you and go onto the original way of life. And the original way of life started in blackness. Okay? They make you believe that it's just a black hole, you know, as to say a black hole, to make it like a small thing, as to say it's a small thing that dwells and that exists within the space of the universe, a black hole. No, the blackness is everywhere. Everything is in the blackness. Okay? And this is the deception of what they make you believe. You need to come to the realization that all start with blackness. That's number one. When you know these, that all start with blackness, and all are created in blackness, and all are maintained by blackness. Okay? When you know these things, no man can deceive you and make you believe. Okay? Remember, life produce light. Okay? Wherever life exists, light will manifest itself. As I'm saying, because of blackness, because of blackness, a bioluminescent light is evidently will manifest itself. So Jesus is light. Jesus is not light. Jesus don't even exist. Okay? Jesus is something that Jesus in the manner that you are talking doesn't even exist. But as a ship, yeah, it does. As a ship, it was. It was used to bring slaves from West Africa to the Americas. So it's a great thing to know that blackness is existent itself. And I truly appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you share. That's what you do. This is what you do, you know. And I truly appreciate you. I truly appreciate you. What about slavery in other culture? What? Let them speak. Slavery in other culture, that's them. I speak about true existence with father doctrine. False doctrine is a false doctrine. False doctrine is about Jesus. False doctrine you don't even speak about. So darkness is not possible without light. Blackness is light. Darkness, darkness is not possible without light. That's what I've said. I've been is impossible without light. That's common sense, though. I know that. Light is everything, not darkness. What are you saying? You're speaking things you don't comprehend. What is blackness? What is darkness? Darkness, it's it's the bioluminescent light together combining with blackness. The bioluminescent light combining with blackness is what make darkness. Okay? That's darkness. You take the bioluminescent light, that's mean wherever life exists and blackness exists, that life will create a light, a bioluminescent light, which is it will create and adapt to that blackness and it will create its own light And this own light combining with blackness is what create darkness. Okay? That's what create darkness. So go and look at your information and learn your information before you come here and speak and spout foolishness to me. Understand? Darkness isn't possible without light. Stop the foolishness. Okay, what is light to you? That's the question you need to ask yourself. What is light? Light is perceiving. It takes two parts for light to manifest. For light to manifest as manifestation, it takes one that perceive that and that which is perceived. Okay? It takes a perceiver and that which is perceived. And those combination is what light manifestation is. Okay? That's what. And this is why blackness was the first light. Because existence itself saw the reflection of itself, which is blackness. Because when it looked in the waters as it created the earth, it saw blackness. And blackness itself was the reflection of blackness. Do we comprehend what I'm saying to you? And it perceived blackness, which is the perceiver. Okay? It perceived blackness. And when it saw blackness, it called blackness light because it is the image, and the image represents light. Okay? It is the image. Okay? This is why blackness was the first light. Do we comprehend what I am saying to you? Okay? And from there, because the earth was created and the waters existed within the earth, and then that creator, which is the man, created, okay, that expression of that man, which is that using the earth as the material and form woman, okay, form woman and dwell within the woman, which is the blackness, which give life. And when this life, which is the woman, occurred and be, she, because she have life, because we know life create light. Okay? Life create light. Like I use a demonstration of the life that exists in the deepest of the blackness in the oceans. Okay? We will see no sun can penetrate this blackness, but but the life that live there, because of that life, it exists. Because this life exists in the blackness of adaptation, it creates its own light, which is the bioluminescent light. Even so, then, when blackness truly exists in the way it did, the woman had, and still to date, but because of the sun, had the bioluminescent light, just like any other animal who is in blackness. And this is what I am saying to you. So know this, that there are true black man. But this blackness is not without, but this blackness truly dwells within. And this true blackness comes directly from existence itself, which is the image of the creator, which is blackness. So when any man tell you to try to deceive you to say, oh, there, there are no black men, they're only different shades of color. No, they are black man because black man truly represent within. Okay, it doesn't represent without. The shades of color are on the outside, but the true black man truly represents on the inside. This is not something that you can just see. This is something that person, that individual have to know. You have to know the manifestation, which is the full illumination of the pineal gland. And as you see yourself manifested as you, as a person, hovering over the waters and seeing the blackness, is actually seeing the reflection of yourself. And this is when you are truly caught up into the highest levels, the highest realm, the deepest depths. And this is what I am saying to you. The true black man is the man that have existent within itself, which is blackness. And that image is blackness. So, any questions? Like I said to you, like and make sure you share the live. And this is what I am saying to you. So, if there are any questions, let me answer the questions. If there are no questions, I think I'm going to end the live because I've been on here and thank you for the recap too, for listening and for hearing. Um, it's other planets. See, this is what we've been taught. And this is why I said to people all the time. Because earlier in the chat, someone said to me about Saturn. I want you to know something that Saturn, for me, represents the, um, the manifestation of the Creator itself in you as an individual. Because when I saw within the waters that 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 circled the the blackness, it remind me of the image of Saturn that they teach me in school. Okay, and when I saw that, I said, "This is what they are trying to say and speak about Saturn." This is why many people talking about the worship in Saturn. See, Saturn represents the image of the Creator, which is blackness, as then the water representing the mirror around Saturn. So coming from? That's what Saturn really represents, but it represents blackness. So when I saw the vision of myself within me, okay, which is the full illumination of the pineal gland, this is when I know I'm at the level of the highest level of consciousness. So I'm saying, this is when I knew that. So this does not come because you have money. This does not come because, but it comes because you, as a person, truly seek to know the truth. And you have fluid retention that these fluids could travel up the chakras and illuminate the pineal gland. And you end up seeing beyond the firmament, which is to see and be the true representation and the manifestation of existence itself truly manifests itself within you. And every man should have the opportunity to see that. And this is when you, as a person, will represent in the fullness and are willing to die for what you know. Because when you know something, you're willing to die for it. You see, and this is what I know. So when you talk about planets, I'm not going to go into certain details about certain things, but I could say this much to you. The earth, without the earth, nothing else. No universe will exist in the way that it is today. Okay? Remember, the blackness does not represent the universe. The universe is truly within the blackness. Okay? The blackness expands and the universe expands because the earth, which is the people upon the earth, expands. Okay? That's what make the universe expands. The expansion of man. Okay? You are the creators. Know that you are. And the earth are the materials that you are to use to form and create things. Remember, you was not put here to worship nothing. You was not put here to worship nothing. You was not put here to be a slave. And I don't think it's right for you to do so. Okay? You were put here to know that you were created to be free. You was not created with rules and limitation and regulation, but you were created to be a free man. And that free man, it is to walk as the image of the creator, and that image is blackness. And that is the true black man. Okay? Not skin color, but one that have the black man, which is the image of the creator within them. So, any questions so I can answer? Um, darkness is separation from light. Say darkness is separation from light. How darkness is separation from light? It take the combination of blackness and and the bioluminescent light to create darkness. It take blackness and the combination of a bioluminescent light to create darkness. Um, yeah, I'm not here talking about politics and race. I'm talking about oneness. I'm talking about wholeness. I'm talking about that which is within you as an individual. So I'm saying I am speaking of blackness as wholeness. Because if you look at race politics according to the duality mindset, blackness represents death as a dead man. So that's what the law definition of blackness represents. So I'm saying black period represent death. But I say to you that blackness represent existence itself. Blackness represent wholeness. Blackness represent oneness and true unity. And if you as a person comprehend that blackness is that, then you will come to a different frame of thought. And when you come to this frame of thought, everything you will know that blackness is what truly bring forth life and sustain life, and everything truly dwells within it. When you come to this realization, then you will not walk around in this mindset of black and white, but you'll walk around in wholeness, and you'll walk around not in pieces but in peace, as to say oneness, you know. So politics and all those kind of division I does not deal with, and I deal with the holistic point of view of the man, which image is blackness, which is existence itself. And this blackness is the vibration that awakes us and gives us consciousness every single moment that we are awake from rest, or you call sleep. So, You know, darkness, you see, when you're talking about, they have represent darkness as evil. They have labeled darkness as evil and blackness as evil. But I say to you, darkness represent the mingling of bioluminescent light, because we know blackness by itself is blackness. Okay? Blackness is not darkness. It takes a bioluminescent light for darkness to occur. It takes blackness and something else to create darkness. Okay? That's what I'm saying to you. It takes two, which is life. It takes life, and that life create a bioluminescent light. You see, wherever life are in blackness, it will adapt and create a light. It will become a light for itself. And I use the example of the fishes of the sea. When where the sun never shines, where the sun cannot even reach in the deepest of depths, okay, life exists there. And because this life are these lives are in the blackness, not darkness, are in the blackness. There, this life create its own bioluminescent light. And because it creates this bioluminescent light and this blackness create darkness. And that's how we can see in the darkness. Okay? So do we comprehend? So blackness is blackness. Darkness is darkness. It's two different things. Blackness exists on its own. It needs nothing else to make it what it is. That's blackness. Now, darkness need blackness and need life to be darkness. Do you understand? Do we comprehend? Do we comprehend? That's what it is. So, make sure you like and share, subscribe to the channel. Okay? And this is what I'm saying to you. Okay? Yes, black forever. Black ever. Okay. Uh, you said blackness in the black hole. You see, this is what they have done, especially dealing with scientists and these great minds. They teach you and make you think that it is a black hole to say black hole. Listen me, everything is in blackness. Don't be fooled. Okay? Nothing outside of blackness. They want to make it like a black hole to say it's small and it's a black hole. Nah, everything is in blackness. Everything is in blackness. Okay? Blackness, it's there, it's in there, it's there. We are in it. The earth is in it. Which part you don't comprehend? Um, Yeah. Are you talking about? So this is what I am saying to you and other people, and this is what it is, you know. But like I said, it said Lucifer created evil, prideful, once was an angel of God, highest rank, two, now a devil, demon, fallen angel. Listen, you need to comprehend what Lucifer represents. According to your Bible, Lucifer is the sun. According to your Bible, okay? Your Bible teach that Lucifer is the sun, okay? You may not comprehend why Lucifer, the Bible says Lucifer is the sun, but I could tell you this much. When you comprehend what Lucifer represents, which is a deceiver, okay? It represents a deceiver. It make represent and make you believe a deceiver, one that create an illusion, okay? This is why they said, the Bible say, not I say, your Bible say, that Lucifer is the sun, which is the bright and morning star. And it says that Jesus represent this Lucifer. Okay? Okay? It even goes so far as telling you that the devil goes to and fro in the earth, seeking whom he may devour. Okay? This is what your Bible teach that you're not paying attention to. Who are going to and fro in the earth? The devil. What is the devil? The churches, the congregations. They go throughout the earth, preaching, teaching, seeking whom they may devour. Okay? This is what from, I just tell you, from Lucifer all the way to the demonstration which represent the devil. The devil is actually the practicing of religion. Being a devil, being a demon, that's what it is. And if you are, okay, okay, if you are practicing religion, you are literally walking as the devil, worshiping Lucifer, which is the Son, which is Jesus. This is what your Bible teach. I didn't write it. Your Bible teach that. I did not write it, so don't come at me. Your Bible said it. Okay? Your Bible said it. I didn't say it. Okay? I'm just showing you what your Bible teaches and you're not paying attention to. Okay? I'm just saying. Okay? Okay? So the fallen angels, okay? The fallen angel that you're talking about, it is man worshiping the sun. Because they are the ministering angels. It is man becoming the ministering angel of what? Of the sun. Yeah, really. Yeah. It's your Bible, not mine. I didn't write it. Your Bible said it. I don't deal with religion. I don't respect no religion. All religion was created to suppress woman and suppress blackness. Okay, I do not deal with religion. I do not promote religion. I don't believe in being a slave. Religion makes slaves. This is why Kemet, that's where it started. Why? To oppress the woman then. Because woman was the one who was in charge in Kemet at the time. Woman was the one who did what they did in Kemet at the time. They overthrew the woman in Kemet. Okay? They're not telling you these things. Okay? Woman is what represented Kemet. The true Kemet, it's what it was woman. The Sphinx proved that. The Ankh proved that. The patriarch system proved that. Okay? Kemet was the full representation of woman. Do we comprehend? The proof are there. Substantial evidence are there. You're not looking at them. You're not paying attention to it. I just come and just telling you this is what it is. And I'm pointing out simple things that you overlook. That it was women that fully represent Kemet. Remember this. If it was male that was in Kemet, this great Kemet, this great wonder, Kemet, as we say today, the greatest civilization that ever was upon this earth, as we know, as we reflect back onto, it was the woman, okay, that built these great wonders that still today the patriarch system cannot figure out. Isn't it amazing? Showing you and demonstrating right in your face that if it was the patriarch system that built that, that had anything to do with that, it was because they only talk about the kings of Kemet, which today represent as Egypt. Listen to me. What happened to all the women that actually run Kemet? What happened to all the women that run Kemet? What happened to them? That's my question to you. What happened to all the women that run Kemet? What happened to them? You're telling me there was no woman, all the black women that run Kemet? What happened to them? Why there are no history of them? Why there are no records of them? You ever wonder why? This is why they cannot replicate what was done. Because they're hidden all these things. There are no. But the proof are there. They could try to erase it, but guess what happened? It's still there. The demonstration is still there. The proof is still there. Why do you think they break off that nose off of her? It is her. It is a representation of her. Not only black people, but it's a representation of the woman. The woman. Okay? This is what it was and this is what it is. Do we comprehend what I'm saying to you? So, but if this information is new to you, just relax and take it in before judging. Okay? So it's okay. So but yeah, we will And like I said, anybody, you make sure you like and make sure you share. Even after we get off this live, I just want to make sure that you go and look for this video and you share it with people and you take pieces of it, do whatever you need to do and share. You listen, you share. This is what makes true information go forth. Because you need to comprehend, we need to challenge the status quo in the way it does. We need to challenge them with information that dwells within. There are things that we as a people um, we do. We do because we were indoctrinated with it. I am not knocking you because you're indoctrinated, but I want you to know that you were indoctrinated with the patriarch system. And the patriarch system is the duality mindset, which is the balance. And when you comprehend that you were indoctrinated with that, this is not something that you try to be, but this is something you become because of the environment that you grow up in. Now, can you get out of it? Yes, you can. Wait, but first you need to come to the realization that you are in it. And when you come to the realization that you are in the system that destroying not only the earth, but destroying all existent in the way it was. Because it destroyed blackness and it destroyed the woman leadership and that which actually occurred before the patriarch system truly took over. You see what I'm saying? You see, before the patriarch system took over and become what it became, it was women. I'm talking about women. Women that literally, and it wasn't about running nothing. It was about life. You see it? It was about life because at that time when they moved, they wasn't thinking of death. You see, they wasn't thinking about death. So it was about life. This is why they never eat meat at that time. This is where the saying come from, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded from the mouth of God. What is saying that when they were in the blackness, they wasn't just living on food to say like bread, but because they were connected with the vibration, the creator itself. It sustains them. Okay, it sustained them. Okay, this is what it's saying. Because we know that seeing the blackness, because the word, when you talk about the word is not words to say English words or French words or Dutch words or Spanish words or no. The word represent the blackness and from which is of it which today in present for you to see that you have to see it in the vision. It have to manifest itself in you as your pineal gland truly become illuminated. Not these fake spiritual illumination. Without real spiritual illumination. And that is for you as a person to number one know that blackness truly exists. And when you know that it manifests itself in you as a person and it shows itself because you truly want to know truth. And it comes because of fluid retention because you need to comprehend that the fluid of males, especially of males, is not to is not for ejaculation, but it's for the fluids to go from the lowest frequency up to the highest frequency. Okay, you see, when you think that it's all about sex, you are actually in the lowest frequency. This is why red, which represent love, is in the lowest chakra. So coming from, it's the lowest chakra. But tomorrow I'll come and speak about that. I think I'm gonna get off this live now. But tomorrow I will come on tomorrow and I will speak about it tomorrow. And we'll speak about the chakras and we'll talk about fluid retention and all that. So you as a person may start to practice and truly walk in what you ought to walk in and be what you ought to be. And this is what I'm saying. Okay? So tomorrow we'll talk about fluid retention and we'll talk about the chakras and how the body operates and adapts to the and take it to the level of consciousness, which is the highest level of consciousness that a man should have. And every man, whether your skin color or whatever color skin you are, I think that every man have the opportunity to be truly illuminated in the way they are to. But first, they must acknowledge existence itself, which is blackness. If you acknowledge, if you cannot acknowledge blackness as true existence, you can never reach to the level, never, because you won't accept it, even if it manifests itself within you. You know, they are not hard to explain. You know, it is hard to explain for you that never experienced these things. So I'm saying this is why I said to you, seek seek to be to have that experience. And number one is about fluid retention. You need to know why you were created and the cause. So I'm saying fluid retention is number one. One of the things that you need to. But like I said to you, I'm not going to go into it now, but tomorrow I will go into that perspective so you may comprehend. Yeah, es- esoteric knowledge is the knowledge that many would like to have and come into contact with. And the thing about me, I was not taught by men, but I was taught by the Creator itself, which is the divine feminine. And it is blackness that I receive my knowledge from. And that's what make me who I am. This is why the knowledge that they have that is hidden from us is not hidden from us. It's in us. But we need to know that. And this I could tell any man that it's in us. Because even though they have the knowledge that is written in their hidden books and hidden scrolls and hidden words of certain knowledge, they never experienced this knowledge. You see where I'm coming from? I experienced it without their books. And this is why I could tell to any man, you have it in you too. And I believe and I know that you can experience what I have experienced and you can end up be a teacher of these esoteric knowledge. And this is what I am saying to you as a people. It's called black science. Yes, it is called black science. And this is what it is. So, black science is the true science. And this is what I'm saying. Every man, you see, that's the practice that Kemet, that's the practice that Kemet, I'm talking about Kemet meaning the woman that was first. That is what they practice. Black science. You see what I'm saying? Because they taught the children that every man have to have an encounter with blackness. So coming from? That's the true black science. So coming from? But like I said to you, I will tomorrow I will come back on and I will teach and show you and try to demonstrate to you what I've been through to reach to the depths and the heights and the level about blackness that I reach and what made me. And these are questions need to be asked so I can respond And by me interacting with you, I can give a more tailored respond to the questions that I ask. What made me and what allowed me to be. Because I don't like to. That's why I like to be like under the tree and speak to a people like a one-on-one conversation with a person who asking me questions, who genuinely want to know about the experience that I experienced and made me became who I am today as a person. Talking about spiritual and esoteric knowledge, what made me come to know these things and why, you know, I would love to sit down under a tree and actually speak to a person. And as you give questions, I answer the questions. Nothing for me would be more interesting to me for a man to sit down and under a tree and just do what I do and speak. So, like I said, it's great to know people are interested in it, and like I said, this is what I teach, and this is where I'm going, and I want every man to experience because I know every man can experience it. Every man, whether female or male, because this is the true redemption of man. This is when you are redeemed. You know, I've been up all day and I'm kind of tired right now. Like I said, I've been up and as I'm up, so I'm gonna go and rest myself now. And as I go and rest myself and know that tomorrow I will come back on but make sure that you after I come off of here and I upload the video, you go back and you look and share with people, cut out whatever pieces you want to and use it for your benefit and speak what you speak, share what you share, and continue to share. Share the knowledge. Blackness is the image of the Creator, and that's what it is. You know, this is what it is. I laugh because let me tell you why I just laugh. Because this person speaking about being obedient to Jesus. You know, um, if you, like I said to you, I'm not knocking no man of what their religion. That's your religious belief. I always said to you personally, I personally doesn't deal with religion because I know that when it comes to religion represent God, and God represent a slave master, and where their slave master would be, they have to be a slave. And when you as a person accept that you will be a slave when you choose to worship anything, you become just a slave to it. This is what we as a people must realize, and this is what we as a people must come to the knowledge of. Okay? So I'm not knocking your religion, I'm not knocking nothing about your thing. I'm saying to you, when you are religious, you become a slave. And if you want to continue to be a slave, that's on you. You volunteer to be a slave. But I am not going to volunteer to be no slave, and I choose not to worship nothing. I choose to be a creator of solution to issues that are at hand, and this is what I does. So I think I'm gonna get out of here. So walk in wholeness and don't force and try to be religious and try to go around and force these kind of knowledge on people. If a person asks a question, you give them answers. Okay? You do not be religious and going around trying to save the whole earth. No. You make sure that you get the encounter within you. That's what you do. Okay? You make sure you get encounter first. Because of your encounter, then you will be able to answer the questions when they come to ask whatever questions they want to know. Okay? But first you need to deal with you. Let me see if any more questions I want to answer. Okay, sleepy. No. Um so okay. I love you too, man. Black man, I have been writing. Um you make any man black. Blackness is within. Blackness is not about outward skin color. Love you too. Love, I love you too. But yeah, tomorrow, basically later on today, I will come on and I will speak to you. So, if anything, I'm gonna get out of here. There are a lot of, I appreciate you, everything that you have done, every question, every statement, you know, you know, whatever questions you have. Tomorrow, feel free to come and ask whatever question. I'll be able to answer. Because right now, I'm kind of, there's a lot of, yeah. Yeah, so take care of yourself. Continue to walk in the peace, wholeness. Be what you ought to be, but walk in wholeness, oneness with self, and get yourself there. I think you're asking the question that You said, how can I release the black magic over me? You're asking a question talking about releasing black magic over you, talking about evil over you, basically, because it cannot be a thing that represent life. You're talking about release death over you. The moment you start to think evil of black magic, uh, blackness, you have already released that negative death over yourself. And it's not going to be pretty for you, man. So you have caught up in the world system, and that's what you are. And that's what it truly represents. You're caught up in that world system. Okay, you're caught up in that mindset. Get out of that mindset, of that duality mindset, that mindset that frame you to think what you're thinking. Because you're thinking it and it will manifest itself. So I'm saying you need to truly get away from that mindset that you're in. Okay? It's not real as you think it is. Okay? You know, don't deal, because when you said that, I could hear you, and I'm not hearing you saying what you're saying because you're actually speaking about evil. So you don't need that. That's not what you need. But tomorrow I will able to explain, and because right now, like I said to you, I'm kind of tired, so I'm gonna go and relax myself. So walk in oneness, walk in wholeness. Okay, then take care of yourself.